Oh, welcome back to the Braver Show with Jan and Erin. I'm Jan.
And I'm Erin. So this is our official episode 2. And this episode, we are talking about how creativity led us home to ourselves.
Is one of the things.
One of the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to dive into a little bit of storytelling and pull out the gold nuggets that we have learned about creativity and I think our new realizations about it in the last 7 or 8 months.
Yeah, because I think before, for me, I used to think about creativity as something that I did, that I was going to package and sell, and I never really was looking at creativity as something that I would do for myself or that would have kind of an underneath effect on what was going on inside of me. And as we're going to discuss in this episode, it opened up a door that I didn't know need to be opened. So
right.
It was good.
And I think I've always thought of creativity as it's like a skill or a muscle that we build and use, and it can be it's an external expression of something inside of us, but it can be leveraged to produce or create. But I realize I've taken creativity for granted for most of my life until I hit burnout and had to rekindle a tiny little flame and get in touch with it and realize some different ahas about it. So we'll dive in.
Yeah, and so I just want to say it before we begin, like, creativity didn't give us an answer for what this business is and what we were going to grow it into, but it brought us back to a place inside of us where an honest answer could emerge from what was sitting in there. And I just think that that's a really important distinction, is that being creative, Erin doing her thing, me doing mine, didn't pop out an answer, but it led us to this, I don't know, quieter, resourceful place where the answer could emerge. So
yeah.
I just want to say that off the top. It wasn't a magic pill that we could just go down and do some things and like, oh, here we are.
No.
And it wasn't a month or a week or a process that happened quickly either. So
no,
unfortunately.
And so for us, having our print magazine Trailblazher for 5 years, we hit a total burnout wall where we just couldn't go on anymore. It was requiring too much of us. Something had to radically change in our life because we were just burnt out from being 2 women. And so when that, huge part of our identity ended, we were left feeling pretty lost and loss of confidence, confused, unsure of our direction. And I think for me, honestly, a little hopeless and feeling like a failure, because I had never actually considered in my mind that it wouldn't have worked out. Like we had such big dreams and we had poured everything of who we are into this project, this business. And I had never actually considered, what if it didn't work out? And luckily, my body and your body spoke to us in little whispers at first, and then even louder later on to say, look, like this is, you are out of alignment. We are pushing too hard. And like now looking back, we realize we outgrew the work of that.
Yeah.
Long before we actually realized that we needed to change. And so it really shocked us because here we are, we would consider ourselves very self-aware women. Like we've been on self-development journey for years. However, we got sucked in this time and we came out of it just kind of like awake and like, how did that happen?
Yeah, kind of like shell shock. And the other interesting thing that was going on is we were really able to see our patterns of behavior in the unraveling of the loss we were feeling. So I, every week, would want to nail it down and are we here yet? And did we get the thing that we want to have going on? And Erin would say, no, I'm not ready, or whatever idea we had talked about the week before, no, I don't like it. And so it was back kind of to thinking again, wondering again, and that just about drove me over the edge, because I wanted to make a decision and move on and move past the feelings of loss and wonderment and shock and all the things. And I had to face that we didn't know, and I hated that. And so Erin was just talking about...
Well, because the more pressure you put on me, the more I just dug my heels in.
No.
Because for me, I was coming off of such like, so much burnout that I just refused to rush into something that was just going to put me back at square one. And I don't think we had any idea about the amount of healing that we actually needed.
No idea.
Like on a physical level and a spiritual level, and reclaiming of and remembering of who we were. And I think we thought that would take a couple months, and then we're good. We're ready to jump back in. And it took way longer.
Yeah, like here we are. This is July 2026. I'm still unraveling the physical part, because I really stepped out of my body and kind of left it behind. So I'm dealing with that now. And I'd like to say that it's just flying by, but it's not. So there was a lot of things that we needed to untangle within ourselves, because we're two individuals. We've got different views of the world. We have some very similar visions and wants and things that we'd love to accomplish, but on an individual basis, I mean, our lives are very different. We're in different stages of life. We have different needs. And so we turn to the one thing that we both experienced, and in different ways too, and that was creativity.
Yeah.
That was creativity.
But before we dive in, I'm just curious. I want to ask you, what do you think, like what in you just needed an answer so fast? Like what in you didn't like
I didn't like the discomfort.
The discomfort of not knowing.
Of not knowing. Because my stance on things is everything is figure outable. I guess that was Marie Forleo that said that. But I thought even if we started something, we could look at it, maneuver it, shift it, shape it into the thing down the road. And it just wasn't the time to do that. And I don't even know if that's true, that you can do that.
So
where are you going with
this? In your answer, I think lies the magic of why creativity in anyone's life is the way home to our own answers. Because you just identified, like, you are wanting to just figure it out. That comes from our mind. That comes from planning, making sense, like our brains. And so we, as much as we tried to figure it out with strategizing and like, okay, how are we going to combine our skills? Like, what can we do now? Let's go back, as much as we tried to do that, it just wouldn't work. Because I remember sitting out on our patio there, and we had probably in the span of 3 or 4 months run through 2 or 3 huge business ideas, and so big, that so overwhelming that we couldn't even begin them, because we just would have been feeling lost from the get-go. But we had run through, and every one of those businesses was like, this is it. We found it. This is it.
Yeah.
And
celebration.
Then literally,
yay!
Yeah. And then a week later, no, that's not it. And so we just couldn't rush that process. As much as you wanted to glom on and have a direction and know what we're doing, where are we going, we just couldn't. And I think this was the first time in our history of working together that we couldn't rush this. And so we had to release it, and we had to let go. And how we got back to ourselves was through creativity.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think for any of you listening, you have to give yourself the space and the grace, and know that not everything comes from our minds and from our brains and from thinking in a certain way. It comes from feeling and reconnecting and creating from that place, because that's true. Like that's the truest part of ourselves.
Yeah.
And we can never go wrong.
And I will admit that in hindsight. And that was a really good way for me to get beyond that pattern of doing it. So I'll just say that, yeah, like that wasn't going to prove to be the way out of it. So Erin and I both did a similar thing, but a different thing in our own space. Like I came downstairs to our studio here. I pulled out, if you see on the wall behind you there, all these beautiful tags and cards and whatnot. And I just really started playing. I really love distress inks. I love that old-fashioned feel and texture. And I just started playing around with colors, with look, with words, and it just kind of became insatiable. And I did that for, I don't know, a couple months, 2.5 months, just playing. It's just like I needed to like get something out from me. But what was happening in the meantime was I was coming into a quieter place, and a place that I find when you're creating, it's a real present moment awareness. Like you just kind of go in, you lose track of time. And I'm not saying everything I made was great. There's lots of things that ended up.
That wasn't the point.
Yeah. At the time when I first started, though, things in the garbage, like, oh, that one didn't go so well. But I got beyond that, and I think for me, I would call creative energy God energy. I just find that works its way through me, and it comes out, and it's not necessarily coming out of my hands into the creation, although it could, and I would maybe want to explore that more. But it just gives me a sense of peace and calm, that I'm in a certain place of openness. I guess that's how I would call it.
Yeah, that's powerful. That it's like when you're doing something, you're not always aware of how it's changing or transforming you inside. Yeah. Yeah. For me, with the magazine coming to an end, in October, I had decided I wanted to homeschool our son. And so that was a complete shift, because, going from working long days during the week, devoted to the magazine, and then having, some empty space. And it was something that I was considering for about a year. And finally, a couple things happened in school, and I just said, you know what, this is it. It's like my life had opened up again, and I could see the whole of my life again. And so in October, and with homeschooling, there's so many Instagram accounts out there that just totally romanticize homeschooling. And for some families, it is like that. And, but for most, the reality is it's a tough, but still so fulfilling job. But I had ordered Luca a couple watercolor books, because, about nature, and secretly I couldn't wait for them to get here because I wanted to dive in myself. So I had actually ordered the books for him, ordered some really cheap watercolor paints, and then that's when I had gone to Nashville for a retreat at the end of October. Yeah. And that was that's a whole other episode, but it was deep in self-work, emotional work, spiritual work. And I just started painting while I was there. And I got home, very much a changed woman. We can talk about that later.
We were kind of on eggshells for a while. What's she going to say or do? She was much more assertive and
clear of my boundaries.
And so Jan and I are looking at each other. Okay.
What are we in for? But for me, I came home and I remembered that when I was 18, and I'm 45 now, I remembered when I was 18, I used to love painting. And in high school, my best friend and I, Tamara, we had our own little art studio in high school, and we painted. We would paint on weekends while our friends were out partying and drinking. We'd be in her studio just painting. And it shocked me that I had forgot that part of me. And so even just talking about from episode 1, how you're going back to feeling like you and freedom. And that was the when you were younger, those teenage years. So for me, I remembered that I love painting. I came home and I transformed our whole guest room into my little art studio, and it's my space. And
we lost the ability to have guests.
No, we made other arrangements. It's fine. For the couple times a year, it's totally fine.
Yeah,
I'm worth
teasing.
it.
Just teasing.
And so I started painting again, and it made me realize with the magazine how much, this is a really strong word, but I felt as if I had to exploit my creativity because it just got pushed to the max. Designing 100+ magazine, I usually had 1 to 2 weeks to do it, and then designing the web, like all of the design, like that's my gifted creativity, and it just got so pushed and leveraged to the max, just went too far. And so I had forgot what it felt like to create just for the joy of it. And so I just found myself becoming obsessed. I would follow watercolor artists, and that's the time when we both finished the audiobook Abundant Ever After. And I just remember how she talks about creativity in that book. And it's same as what you kind of mentioned, is when we are in that zone, and for you that might be baking, that might be knitting, that might be painting, that might be gardening,
who knows,
whatever it is. It's just, women are born to create with our hands. We are meant to be a vessel for that. You call it God source. We're meant to be a vessel for that magic to come through us in whatever that form of creativity is for you. And it lit me up again, creating and painting with my hands, even decorating this room. It just woke me up to a part of me that had been dormant from stress for so many years.
Yeah.
So stress.
Let's not talk about stress today, but we will get into stress at some point.
But it has been a beautiful last month, because we independently arrived to ourselves, or with ourselves, and then we were ready to meet and come together and say, from this place, I feel healed enough. I feel energized. You do too. What can we create?
Yeah.
And I just want to say, it also really shifted our dynamic, because we were so kind of in a rut with our roles and responsibilities with the magazine that we kind of I feel like we forgot how to create joy together.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where that's what got us started.
Yeah.
But we got so in the trenches of it.
And it also, and I also think that it brought our beings, I'm just going to say our beings, back into a possibility state. And that had kind of felt like it had died for a long time. I mean, you could generate possibilities in your mind, but to have possibilities generated through the truth of who you are, that's a completely different thing. And I felt a calmness come back to each other, that we could sit and discuss things without breaking into an argument or just maybe next week. And it just took away the angst and the discomfort and all of it. Now, are we still creating? I'm not as much, but I'm still keeping that as would I call it an activity? I don't know. Something that I can go back to and nourish. Mm-hmm. I think you're still creating, not as much as you were.
No, not as much. And I have to really catch myself, because I always want to create something beautiful. And the perfectionist in me wants it to count for something, or to feel validated, and for it to be beautiful or worthy, for it to be worth it. And so I'm still not there yet. I have to remember that just me sitting there and letting it flow, unconsciously giving a voice to emotions that maybe I'm not aware I need to express, and it helps me express myself, and that's what's most important. It's not that what I create is a work of art, because it isn't, but it's the process of, number one, claiming space and time for myself to say I'm worth it. Like I deserve at least 30 minutes of my day to sit in here, listen to like my favorite music from high school and paint. And so, and to accept that that's the important part. It's not what I produce in the end, which is like why hobbies are so important.
Yeah. And here's the thing about creativity. It's not just reserved for artistic people.
No.
It's reserved for all of us. And it doesn't have to lead us somewhere specific. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It just has to be put into motion, and that will work its magic for you, for me, for anyone. So, any of you sitting there listening going, well, I'm not creative. Yeah, you are, and maybe you haven't found the avenue that would let it pour out of you, and I would suggest experiment. Experiment. You never know. I mean, even writing, which is one of my skills, is a creative activity. So you never know where you're going to find yourself with it, but let yourself go there, because I think it's a very healing thing. And
you have to learn to
surrender
nurture
to it. Yeah.
I feel like our society today is perhaps like opening up and realizing how important creativity is to like the basic joy of being human. I feel like we, hustle culture is being called out, and we're realizing like, we're not meant to be robots. We're not meant to be so busy and so scheduled and so stressed all the time. Like, we're literally missing out on the joy of being alive. And creativity is not a luxury. It is part of being human. It's a necessity.
Yeah.
And so you make it your mission to find out, like, what can you be doing where like time stands still? Even start with 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Because your soul needs it. And for you to feel fulfillment and create meaning in your life, creativity is a great way to start, which is why our retreat in October is combining, like, we call it a creative wellness retreat, because we're combining creativity, creative acts. You don't need any artistic experience, but then we're also helping you draw and listen into your own inner wisdom. So it's incredible, and that pairing is really powerful. So
looking forward to that. So creativity doesn't, it doesn't have to have an agenda. It doesn't have to be performance. I think a lot of us would easily fit into that performance mindset of, I'm going to create this amazing thing. But it creates the space for you to come back to yourself. Mm-hmm. And I think that was the point of why we wanted to talk about it today. It brought Erin and I back to each other, to a calmness and a presence that allows us to really create our business in a new way than we had before. Yeah. And we wanted to plant that seed with you. Like, are you actively engaging in something creative for yourself? Yeah. Just for you. Yeah. Just for you.
Let us know your thoughts. Comment in the video below, because we'd love to hear, are you utilizing creativity? Are you expressing yourself in a way that isn't just for profit, for business? Like, do you have an outlet for that? Mm-hmm. And if you don't, how do you think you might get in touch with that? Give us your ideas. We'd love to hear. And while you're at it, please subscribe. We're a total brand new channel, and it helps us grow and helps us become more visible to more viewers. And it's your way of supporting us if you're enjoying our content. So please make sure you subscribe. Now, for this week's braver question.
So here's the question that we've chosen to go along with our discussion on creativity. And the question is, what would your younger self choose just for the joy of it. Just for the joy of it.
Did you have an answer? Because like we haven't discussed this at all.
No, I don't have an answer at this second, but I think you could go there because you talked about going back to high school years and youth and what that brought for you. So I don't know. You take a stab at it first.
Oh, I mean, I think of just, I've always created, like from bedazzling denim jackets to making bracelets to sell at the street fair, from plastic masking tape. Like, yeah. I'd love to like go away to like a little cabin in the woods by myself for a week with like bins of just craft supplies and paint and just like totally get lost and immerse myself in just creating what comes to mind, and just having it be cheesy and having it be ugly and too much, and just
I would like to say that I would love to see the day where you would create something just cheesy and whatnot, because you have to let your perfectionist tendencies drop in that circumstance. But I mean,
it's also because like I am artistically inclined. Like I am.
There is no doubt about it.
Not from an ego place, but yeah, I know how to paint. I can. I'm talented at it, and so
I'm not disagreeing with any of that. Just saying.
How about you?
Just saying. Well, for me, I was thinking about it like back in my high school days. I mean, you were in the International Baccalaureate program. I enjoyed art classes in high school. I used to do amazing lettering on canvas with an ink tip pen. Made this beautiful chair one time. Did all kinds of things, embroidery and knitting, and mine didn't center around painting so much as yours.
Yours is more like the craft of the hands.
Yeah, yeah. And so, if I were to, what would my younger self choose just for the joy of it? A couple years ago, we did some leather work, and my mind is mulling over what I could do with that would be unique. Because here's the thing that we did. We took a course on leather making with this amazing guy, and then we immediately had the thought, we should go out and teach it. And
not keep it just for the enjoyment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so I don't feel that I ever really got the chance to just explore it and see where I would go. So I think leather work and exploring that is something that I would do. Yeah. I don't have a lot of jewelry, and I'd like to make some pieces that, I think are exquisite. Nobody else has to think that way about them, but I think I would really like that. So yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
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 Great.
So that's our answers.
That's this week's favorite question. And so for you, ask yourself, what would your younger self choose just for the joy of it? Let us know in the comments what your answer would be. We'd love to hear. So thanks for tuning in, and be sure to join us next week.
Yeah, we'll be here with something new.
Bye.